And you. That's better. Is it better? It's a bit better. Good morning and welcome back. In my last video, I shared with you my morning routine and I talked a little bit on how I wanted to create the life that I want to live. And I thought with today's video, why not continue this and talk a little bit more about that life and how I am trying to live it. So since that video, I have been thinking a lot about how that life actually is that I want to live and not what society expects me to want it to be. Like, for instance, you would think that most people want a very lavish life with all the luxuries in the world. But that's not what I want. I want a life that is soft and where I can do the things that I want to do, where I'm able to live off my art and create art and make more art in my everyday life. And I actually came to the conclusion that in order for me to create the life that I want, I actually need to see who the person is that lives it and who she is and how she moves through her days and how I can become her. So this is the beginning of a new series where I take you along with me as I build this life in a gentle and realistic way in my own time. But before I go more in depth on who this woman is, I want to share a little bit about my story. Just for a little bit of background, so you can see where I come from and why I am doing this actually. So in my last video, I also shared a little bit about how fear has shaped my whole life actually, and how I am realizing now that I don't want that anymore. So to go a little bit more deeper into that is that 15 years ago I got diagnosed with OCD and I had severe OCD. It controlled my everyday life and I was just afraid of everything and anything in my life. And yeah, that just took over my whole life for the past 15 years, actually past 13 years, because 2 years ago, something big and life-changing happened to our family, and it made me realize that the fear I have does not control my life, and it has no impact on whatever I do. And I slowly started to realize this, and with a lot of work and with a lot of help, I worked on how I can control the fear and how I can take back control of my own life. And now 2 years later, I am actually realizing that I can create the life that I've always dreamed of. And now I'm actually doing it. So yeah, that's a big step forward for me. And that's a little bit of where I came from and how I got here. So to go back to this dream life and the woman that lives it, I think it's an important first step to know what you want, of course, but also to know who this person is, because it's not going to happen overnight. It takes time and you have to create it for yourself. So when I think of the woman that I want to become, she is not just one person. She is a reflection of all the women that have inspired me throughout my life. And I have made a list about these women and their personality traits that feel most inspiring and that I have always looked up to. So there are 3 women that have inspired me for all my life and that have great personality traits that I want to try to implement in my life and live by as well. First woman is Audrey Hepburn. If you don't know who she is, you should definitely look into her because she is such a big role model to many women, not just for her beauty and elegance, but mainly because of her kindness and her strength and her personality in general. She has always given so much to other people around her, and she has always been so kind. To me, she is a very soft and quiet, elegant person. She did not flaunt around how good of a personality she had. She did these things because she wanted to do these things. And that is such an inspiring philosophy for me. The second woman is Angelina Jolie. Again, if you don't know her, also look into her because she's also doing a lot for humanity. She has such a beautiful soul because she cares so much about humanity, and she also, instead of just talking about it, she actually does it. I found Angelina Jolie and Audrey Hepburn, they have so much similarities, but Audrey Hepburn has a sort of softness around her. Angelina Jolie has a sort of strength and depth, and she is, to me, such a very strong person. And I want to become more stronger. Not, and I don't mean physically, I mean mentally. She seems to know what she wants, and she goes for it, and she stands for her philosophies, and she stands for what she believes in. And she does not let anyone else change her mind or take her beliefs away from her. And I find it so inspiring. And I want to become more like that. Because for someone who has had fear dedicate her entire life, I have always looked up to Angelina Jolie because she is such a strong woman. And she created her life that she wanted. And yeah, I just love her so much. And then the third woman is Lydia Elise Millen. I have been following her for almost 7 years now, I think. And yeah, she's just a very inspiring woman to me because the way she creates her own life with intention, but also stays true to what she believes in and does not let anyone else change her view. And the way she talks about how she creates her life and how she is living with the seasons, I found that so inspiring. And after watching her videos for almost 7 years now, to me, she is a very inspiring person because she gives me the courage to actually go after the life that I want to live. To see someone also create the life of her dreams, I found that so inspiring and so courageous to live the life that she wants to live and to not let it be dictated by society and how others expect her to live. So those are the reasons why I look up to these women. And those are the main things that I want to take with me from them and try to live by this and live by these philosophies. And so I have come to the conclusion that the woman that I want to be is a woman who has a slow life, but with purpose. She creates beauty in her every day. She takes care of herself and her home. And most importantly to me, she builds something meaningful, some sort of legacy that she can leave behind in this world. So now that I have figured out who this woman is that I want to become, I need to start living like her in small, realistic ways that are possible for my life I have right now, and create slowly but surely this woman and this life that I want. So to help me with that, I have created something that I've been seeing a lot lately on social media, and it is something called a personal curriculum. For me, this is a gentle structure for the things that I want to grow into. I am still shaping it, but it already feels like something that is guiding me towards it. But I'm not going to talk more about my personal curriculum in here. If you want a more in-depth video, leave a comment down below, and maybe in the future I will do a whole video on my personal curriculum. So I know that this is not gonna happen overnight and that I'm not gonna become this woman in the next few days. I know that it is something that needs to shape and needs to grow in time. And I know it's going to be a journey. And I want it to be a journey because I want to be able to look back from where I came from and see the journey and be proud of the journey that I made. But I also want to be able to look forward and be excited for what the journey still has in store for me. So for now, this is where I'm going to start. These are the things that I'm going to try to live by. And I still have my philosopher pillars to guide me. And slowly I am going to start living like the woman that I want to be and that like the woman that I look up to. Anyways, this is a long version of telling you that I am creating this new series, the Becoming Her series, where I show you how I start living the life that I want to live and becoming the woman that I would look up to. And if you want to follow me on this journey, you're welcome to subscribe, but no pressure. And leave in the comments down below if you are starting something like this. And I hope you feel inspired by this video to start your own journey. And I'm very grateful for you to be here with me. And I see you in the next one. Tot ziens!